Hey, there we go. The staff is coming together. The Jets have just found their next offensive line coach, ex-player, ex-10-year veteran Steve Heiden, longtime Cleveland Brown. He was a tight end. Most recently, he was the Lions tight end coach. But before that, he spent 10 years with the Arizona Cardinals, assistant offensive line coach, working as a tight ends coach in Arizona as well. This is someone who preaches physicality, obviously former player, and man, this I don't want to sit here and speak for any other Jet fan outside of myself, but I will say this: I do feel like a lot of Jets fans are on the same page when I say the offensive line coach hire is huge. It is massive. By the way, we actually got word earlier in the day that Keith Carter wasn't coming back. That was huge, right? That it was pretty obvious, right? If we're just being 100% honest, when you have current players having issue publicly with a coach, when you have former players that have an issue publicly with a coach, yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem. And then you factor on top of it, he's not a top 5, top 10 offensive line coach in football, not even in the top half of the league. The Jets were it was pretty clear that the Jets were going to move on. I remember Robert Saleh. It was Robert Saleh who, like, he actually had to answer questions about Keith Carter's coaching style because it was that much of a distraction, that much of a talking point. Are you kidding me? The Jets have got, again, the offensive line coach it's huge. For me personally, the three coaching vacancies, or I shouldn't say vacancies now, but the three coaching positions that are just so huge that the Jets have just got to nail this offseason: QB coach, O-line coach, offensive coordinator. They're massive. Why? Because those are some of the biggest areas of weakness that we've seen over the last 5-10 seasons. It's just, it really feels as though the Jets just struggle big time in those areas. And typically the Jets roll with a lot of inexperience at those coaching spots as well. But bringing in Heiden here, this is someone who Aaron Glenn knows. This is really, really important. Is Aaron Glenn going to sit there and waste time? This is his first crack. I mean, we heard him talk in the press conference. He wanted this job. He had head coaching interviews last season. He had head coaching interviews the season before that. He had, how many interviews did he have this cycle? Raiders, Jaguars, Bears, Saints. Didn't ultimately happen. He declined the Patriots the Patriots interview. There was some rumors that Dallas could have been interested, and he chose the New York Jets. Is he going to half-ass the hires? Is he going to struggle with connections across the league? Absolutely not. As a former player, as a coach from the Dan Campbell tree, from the Sean Payton coaching tree, especially someone who's connected to Bill Parcells as well. This is not, and also Glenn has that scouting background. Listen, man, Aaron Glenn has his connections, and I do not see him putting together a staff that is going to be weak. Now, who knows? Maybe that's just me, and I'm too optimistic here. That could very well be true. But I'd like to think that Aaron Glenn is going to try to maximize this opportunity and learn from all of the mistakes that the former Jets head coaches have made, which is not hiring a competent offensive staff. So we'll see how it plays out. But the next offensive line coach is in the building. Let's freaking go. I love the future of this O-line. Olu, man, he's my favorite player on the offense. Freaking love him. And then, of course, we have Simpson at left guard, Tippmann at center, AVT at right guard. Got to figure out right tackle, but hey, free agencies out there. We could always claim someone off of waivers, trade for a piece, draft a piece. I think the Jets will be fine at right tackle. It's, I would much, much, much rather be in this position where it's just like, hey, all we have to do is find a right tackle and address some depth, compared to where we were last year, which is, entering the year with a lot of one-year contracts and some uncertainty as we head into free agency. So anyway, let me know your thoughts down below. Thanks so much, and as always, go Jets. Welcome to the squad. Steve Heiden.